Hey, it's Lucen. Welcome to Lost in Animus. I'm back with another challenge run. Can you beat Assassin's Creed Shadows using only the previous boss reward weapon? The answer in short is yes, we can. There are 15 main bosses in the game, 12 Shinbakfus and 3 Templars we can kill. Keep in mind, we cannot kill Minshude's daughter. Other than these 15, there are quite a handful of mini-side bosses. But the weapons we use will be from the main bosses only, as if we had to change the weapon every time I kill a mini-boss, each weapon won't even get 5 minutes of screen time. Enough said, let's get into the rules of the run. As already said before, only previous boss reward weapon can be used. I cannot level it up or add any engravings to it. No shinobi or samurai abilities. If a boss doesn't give out a weapon as a reward, the previous one we got will be used to continue the run. No stealth kills or tools allowed. Basically, I have to use the weapon I get as reward from the boss I kill, just as I got it, no upgrades and no additional engravings. With that said, let's get right into the run. Once again starting with the executioner Shindo Hiroshi. Till I get the first boss reward weapon from Wada Kotake, I'll be using the starting katana Nawe Hadriya. After a few slices and abilities, the executioner got executed with a swift death. Snipers of Kotake fell first. Time to send Wada Kotake to hell now. Once again, the castle guard took a couple of swings at me and then decided to stay put and watch me kill his sword. Apart from that, it was business as usual. And after a few more swings, Wada Kotake is now dead. And finally, we have our first boss reward weapon, Death Whisperer. It's a legendary Kusarigama. I'm not really a big fan of Kusarigama, but we never know. So it got good enough stats and an engraving with 200% damage on enemy collisions. Never used that before and I'm not sure if I ever would. On to Wakasa, scale the side of the Osaka castle. And now the most underwhelming fight of the game against Wakasa the Golden Temple. Nothing to say really. After a boring few seconds, down goes Wakasa. Happy to get rid of the Kusarigama, and now we have the Shinobi's Fury legendary Tantos. Already I have a pretty good experience with this weapon during my previous challenge on Can You Beat Assassin's Creed Shadows with only Tantos? If you haven't seen that, then go ahead and check that out. There's a link in the description. Also, while at that, leave a like, and if you have anything to say or share, leave a comment, and if you would like to see more Assassin's Creed challenge runs, subscribe to the channel. Next up, Destination Kyoto. Time to challenge the legendary warlord Oda Nobunaga himself. After some sneaking around the bushes, it's time for the dance with the legend. Since I had just completed a Tanto only run, this fight was pretty straightforward. This is my 4th playthrough of this game, and this is one of the fights that just doesn't get boring. I think now I'm just enjoying the vibes of the burning room and the background music. Also, this Tanto, especially its engraving, kinda grew on me during the last run. Even after acquiring the Scarlet Fate Tanto, I still use Shinobi's Fury's engraving in the second slot of Scarlet Fate. The additional weak point attack and the blade literally carried me through the game. Anyways, as Oda Nobunaga commits seppuku, we move on. Add a run with Genajo. Defeating Nobunaga doesn't give out any weapon as a reward, so we are stuck with the Shinobi's Fury Tanto. On to the Twisted Tree missions, this time going after Brother Shiro first. One sibling down. With Takashi Taro, that's 2 of the 5 siblings down. Third sibling Saburo falls next. Takahashi Jiro was right behind the hideout, decided to take him out right then and there. The only daughter of the family, Takahashi Ichiimi, dies next. Huge crybaby up next, and dead. Finally, it's time for Daddy Takahashi. Sent him right down to hell to reunite with his family. And with that, the twisted family drama is done for. Once again, the fight I absolutely hate. Issei Sadoki. Hate this fight. Only other fight I despise is against Ukita Nabe, but at least that fight got a decent reason. This fight, I hate this just because of his flurry attacks. Outside this fight, my parry is good. Not awesome, but good enough. But how many other time I go against this guy, I suck. I suck like a vacuum cleaner that just inhaled a Lego and now screams every time it moves. Anyways, did exactly what I did last time. Spam the escape strike attacks. After a boring couple of minutes, Sadoki is dead. With Sadoki dead, we get his reward weapon, Steel Blossom. It's a legendary katana. Good enough stats and a decent engraving will be enough. Starting the Kabukimono missions, first target, the Ghost General. Followed by Ember. Next up is the Grave Dancer. He can dance on his own grave now. Next on the list is Big Suki. Honestly, he's not really that big. Fifth target is Chief Cuckoo. Cuckoo? I don't know. Anyways, the first fight Kabukimono is dead, and I'm way under level to go against the Elite 3 now. So that's for later. On to the next Shinbaku target, Akechi Kagemitsu. Do you guys know that the Kabukimono actually existed? Yeah, they did. Found that out accidentally while searching for something else. The Kabukimono were essentially Ronin, masterless samurai. But unlike the disciplined wanderers we imagine or the SOBs that just attack us on sight, these guys ran in gangs, flaunted flamboyant clothes, and lived reckless lawless lives. They lacked honor, terrorized villages, and tormented the innocent. These were the guys who were left masterless during and after the war, who then drifted into a life of crime. Hell, some historians even say the Kabukimono were the early roots of Yakuza, Japan's biggest organized crime syndicates. So yeah, these guys weren't just troublemakers in the game, they were real trouble in history too. Against Kagemitsu, after taking on 3 glorified hits, found a super easy way to cheese him. Very simple and effective. Go to the stairs, climb up, wait for him to follow you, get back down, and he falls, you can have 8 free hits. Once more, climb up, get back down. 12 hits this time. This is awesome and funny at the same time. One more time, up, down, pretty one tough. Wait for him to come back down and strike. With that, Akechi Kagemitsu is dead. Nice and easy method. Anyways, after killing Kagemitsu, got his sword weapon, Sage Reach, a legendary Naginata. Its engraving is a decent one. Takes 10% damage for each block before going for the next hit. Meh, won't be using that. Went off the track to take out one of the corrupt Daikon. The poor bastard to die is the soil merchant. Time to take out the Godai Shinobis. First one up is Godai of Fire. Next up is Godai of Water. Took out Godai of Void before taking a detour to complete the Ichi arc. Only fight in the arc, the Drunken Samurai. And now dead. On to Lady Waichi. This is the closest we are gonna get for a fight. With that done, we get our next weapon, Mitslayer, legendary katana of Oda Nobunaga. Love this katana. Its engraving makes the combo enders postured and makes the enemies vulnerable. With this equipped, going to take out the remaining two Godai Shinobis, Godai of Wind to die first. Followed by Godai of Earth. And with that, the Godai Shinobis are dead. Another corrupt icon, this Sword Hunter next. And one more, the Order. Time to take out the Kabukimono Elite. Decided to take on these three separate. First Kabukimono Elite to die was the Corrupt Blade. Laughing Man up next. Wipe the laugh off its mug face. Final Kabukimono Elite, Peacock. Killing this peacock will not land you in jail. Anyways, finally the Kabukimono are eliminated. Before going against Sugita Nabe, I have to take out two more enemies. First one is a Shinobi. Pretty straightforward fight, nothing much to talk about. Next one is against Sugita's Lieutenant. Got to remove the two sidekicks first and now the Lieutenant. I'm kinda getting used to recording these challenge runs and editing them up. Been a gamer for over 17 years, but new to YouTube. So bear with me till I get the flow going. Thank you. And now, time to face Sugita Nabe, the Shinobi spawner. Dude summons Shinobis out of his ass if you give him just a few seconds of his time. No time for him this time. For killing Sugita Nabe, we don't get a weapon as reward, but only an amulet. One is Fury, legendary amulet that gives you 15% of damage per non-legendary gear equipped. So let's equip that, but still have to use the Mitslayer till the next boss. Next up, Commander Seiji. It's a fun fight. Anytime I go against anyone wielding a katana, it's fun. Got used to the weapon and its parry timing. Can't just fight without thinking. Now against Swinu, proxy of the next Shinbaku, the Orc. Eliminate the weaklings around him first. And now to the actual fight against Sunu. Luckily, even though I am not leveling this katana up, it's still powerful enough to cruise through fights. Against Hawks now, same as last time, eliminate the gods first to avoid interference. Now the fight with Hawks. Man, this Mitslayer's engraving is just too damn amazing. You can trigger weak point attacks easily. It's a katana, so the swings are pretty quick, so most likely you will not get interfered often. And once you make the enemy vulnerable, the weak point attacks deal a good chunk of damage. Especially if you level your weapon up and add the second engraving, either of which I haven't done. And now with Oxjet, we get access to the next weapon, Daybreak's Fury, a legendary Kanabo. Don't really like using Kanabo, it's slow and the hitbox is something I don't really get on with. But yeah, let's see how this goes. So this got a decently good enough stats, no afflictions, but I'm not really sure how effective this engraving will be. Let's try it out and see. Time to eliminate the last three corrupt icon. First one to go is the Hedonist. That was a really nice ability. Knocks down the enemy so we can just do a ground attack. That's nice. Now the Connoisseur dies next. And to the final corrupt icon, the concubine. And with that, the corrupt icon are eliminated. Going after a couple of Yamabushi now. No chance but to start this one. First actual fight against a Yamabushi, Shadow Yamabushi. And dead. Going after one more, the Valley Yamabushi. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I know I was a bit skeptical about using a Kanabo till now, but I gotta say, I am enjoying it. Mostly. But yeah, it is fun, especially when it's 1v1. The damage output is very good and it is very easy to break points with it. Where I struggled was when it was against multiple enemies. But probably that is just me and my skill issue. This is the most I have ever used a Kanabo though. Anyhow, time to fight the fake monk, Jokonoku. Baldy hacks all knave and then catches a knife in the air. Oof, that ground attack deals a huge chunk of damage. With that hit, the Baldy dummy monk is dead. And we get our next weapon, Winds of Fall, a legendary Kusarigama for Navi. It's got days build up. Wait, is that our first boss weapon with an affliction? Huh, yeah it is. Nice. And its engraving allows us to break armor while striking dazed enemies with posture attacks. That's nice. Or I thought so. As I told before when I went against Wakasa using a Kusarigama, I don't like it. I have no experience with them. And it showed when I went against Takeda Mataki. What the fuck is this damage? The ground attacks do somewhat of a decent damage, but the R1 and R2, they absolutely suck. New Kusarigama are better suited for crowd control, but didn't know it's pathetic against a single enemy. And what a glorified way to get stuck. After some time of R1 and R2 combos and abilities, Takeda Mataki is defeated. And our next weapon is Snakebite. Ubisoft, who the hell actually names these weapons? They don't really go well with the weapon, a legendary katana named Snakebite. It would have been way more better and appropriate if it had at least poison damage. Snake and poison? Come on, not a single person thought of giving poison affliction to this katana. This one's engraving instantly charges posture attack after using a tool. Okay, this is just a terrible engraving. Why would I even need a posture attack after using a tool? Kunai, smoke bombs, shuriken and shinobi bells. These are the tools available for Navi. And not a single one of them benefits from a posture attack after use. You use shinobi bells to distract, smoke bombs to either get away and vanish or assassinate enemies. Shuriken is basically useless other than to dismantle the alarm bells and trigger explosions. Kunai is used mainly to assassinate from a distance. And even if someone is using these tools in close combat, that no one does, but still, let's just say, a posture attack doesn't need much time to charge. No one with a brain uses shinobi bells mid-combat, so the remaining three, the impact from a kunai or smoke bombs or even the shuriken gives you enough time to charge a posture attack. You gain nothing from an instantly charged posture attack after using a tool in combat. This is just plain stupid. Come on man, this is useless and a worthless weapon. And I am just venting right now. Let's just get back on track. Time to take out the Iron Ant, one of the easiest groups to eliminate. And with that, the Iron Ant group is dismantled. Onto the Pirate Alliance. First up, Cage. Next target is Lopa Cruz. Why the hell does he even have that gun in his hand? He's yet to use that shit against me. Last fight of the Pirate Alliance, the not so little big fatter Kappa. Patson and recruited one Yuri. With that, the Pirate Alliance is done for. Guys, there is an issue and I got no idea what actually happened. So last time during my first challenge run, the raw recordings alone took up a huge part of my SSD. So this time I recorded only the parts which I know I will use. I will be facing Dwatted Emelo next in Yasuke's personal story, and in this recording, I am using a Naginata, Nimble Naginata of C. while I actually should be using the Kanabo I got from Moss. I am missing something here. This is an epic Naginata, and none of my recordings show how I got it. And I can't even find this Naginata on Google or YouTube. The rules clearly states I can only switch to weapons I get from defeating main bosses or weapon I get as reward for eliminating an entire group. No main boss gives out this as a reward, and only could I AQ reward a weapon, but it is not this. I apologize for this confusion and error in the run. With what today Melo did, I will be going after Kurai AQ using Nave and will get the reward weapon so I can actually continue this run legitimate. First Kurai AQ target is the messenger. Nahaha, no healing today, buddy. Next up is the Tsutsui agent. Blacksmith agent to meet his demise next. Fourth one up is the Katsuragi Fatsu. Final target, the Akiyama agent. And with that, we get our reward weapon, Whisper of Murmasa. It's a nice legendary katana for Yasuo. Its engraving makes enemies vulnerable when we perform a riposte. With this equipped, on to face Kimura Kei. A pretty solid encounter. Went smooth. I remember having some troubles when I faced him for the first time in my first playthrough. So looks like I got better. That's nice. That long katana you just unsheathed, it reminds me of Sarah Lone's katana from Dark Souls 2. Just a bit smaller though. Would be nice if you could have one in Assassin's Creed. Actually, this looks more like the washing pole rather than the alone spot. Anyways, Kimura Kei is dead now and we get his Templar armor. After equipping that, on to face Akichi Mitsuede, the final fight of the Shinbaku War. This run is almost at its end and I have something to say. Leveling up weapons and adding engraving is all well and good. It makes the job easier. But not leveling up doesn't make things bad either, at least not completely. Throughout this run, I didn't level up anything, not weapons, not armors. I actually leveled up nothing. I used the weapon I got from the previous boss I defeated. So yeah, I don't exactly use a level 4 weapon to complete the game. And I did have some jump in weapon levels when I actually switched to the next boss weapon. But it will still be under level when going against the next boss. What I'm saying is, it's not essentially a bad thing, and yes, you can complete Assassin's Creed Shadows using just the previous boss reward weapon. But don't go in expecting huge chunks of damage in boss battles. You won't be able to cheese bosses, but you will be able to get through them. And with that, Akechi Mitsuede is dead. Last remaining Shinbaku Ashikaga Yoshiaki, the Horseman, he is spared. Back to Yasuke's personal story, going against Balthasar. Whenever I see this name, Nick Cage's Balthasar Blake from The Sorcerer's Apprentice comes into mind. That was a really good movie. With Balthasar dead, on to the final boss of the game, Nunokaro. What the fuck is he even standing on? There are still some bugs in this game. Look, there it is again. But this is more of a glitch though. Anyways, with that fall, and this lies, Nonakaro is dead. Now before closing out, some cleanup is left for me to do. I have 4 Yamabushi left to kill. Back with Nawe, with the previous boss weapon we got from Akashimi Vede. Dragon said, it is a legendary katana. Its engraving creates an area of effect on it with dodge attacks. I have not used this before, so I got no idea what this does. Man, these guys got long ass health bar. Anyways, after slowly chipping him away, Forest Yamabushi is dead. Next up is the Pond Yamabushi. This fight went well. Parried every single one of his attacks and did it without taking a single hit. There were Yamabushi up next, went almost exactly like the same way as the previous fight, but took a hit or two. Final target of the Yamabushi art and this run, Pathway Yamabushi. And with that, the final Yamabushi falls and this run is completed. So that's it for this run, guys. Assassin's Creed Shadows completed with only previous boss reward weapon. This run actually went pretty well and was fun. I had a chance to use weapons I won't normally use. But isn't that the point of all this? Trying out new things while having fun and maybe bashing my head onto a wall. The editing took a bit longer than I would have liked. Couldn't be able to work on this for a week due to some personal works. And of course, I tried out the new DLC and that took some time as well. Thought of including the DLC in this run too, but figured out it would be much better to actually complete the DLC before doing any challenge runs with it. Almost completed the DLC. You can expect the DLC content in the future runs. And while playing the DLC, I got some ideas for the next challenge run. If I decided to go through with it, the next challenge run will be purely on New Game Plus. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, leave a like. And leave a comment if you got something to say or share. And subscribe if you want to see more Assassin's Creed challenge runs. Lucen out.